Hey guys, I'm Tammy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be introducing you to my newest sewing pattern, the Faye Blouse. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have already seen some sneak peeks of the process of designing the entire pattern and making it ready for you guys to sew, and I can't believe it's finally here. I'm actually wearing one today. This is the V-neck variation and I made it in a really nice cotton fabric, and I love the lemon print on this one. I'll go through all the ones that I've made so far a bit later on in the video. The Faye Blouse is a woven sewing pattern that has side bust starts, 3 neckline options and various sleeves that you can sew for all seasons. So the neckline is actually finished with a facing detail, so it looks really nice and clean from the inside. I mean, you've also got the button detail down the front as well. I really wanted to create a blouse that had so many different neckline variations and sleeve variations, so you could really mix and match and choose a style that suits you perfectly. So for the neckline, you can either sew the scalloped neckline version, the V neckline version, or the round neckline version. And I've made the instructions super clear, so no matter what variation you're sewing, it's really easy to understand and you'll be left with an amazing garment that you're super proud of. So I've got the front bodice pattern right here, and you can actually see there's different variations on it. This blouse pattern comes in sizes 6 to 32, which is a max bust of 57 inch, a max waist of 50 inch, and a max hip of 60 inch. So it's nice and size inclusive. So you can see here, if I just zoom in, this has got the different neckline variations. We've got the round neckline up here on the front bodice, and then we've also got the V neckline variation down here, which is also how you sew the scallop neckline variation. Those two use the exact same pattern piece. If you're sewing the round neck one, you'll want this one up here. And then you can also see it's got a side buster. I actually cut my darts out of the pattern whenever I'm using a sewing pattern. I find it easier to do, but it does come with the paper extension. I just cut that out because I find it easier to trace when I'm actually using chalk on fabric. So you can either use the pattern and print it out at home on your normal printer. You can use the A0 file and take it to a professional printing shop to print at large scale, or you can use the projector files to project directly onto your fabric. All my files are layered too, so you can go ahead and select the size that you want before you go ahead and print your pattern out. It really is the perfect top to just throw on and feel really comfortable but stylish. So I've actually got 3 different variations that I'm going to show you today. I'll go ahead and show you the one that I'm wearing as well. So if I just stand up, so this one's actually made in a cotton fabric and it has this really adorable lemon print. I think it's from a shop called Fabric. I think it was Rainbow Fabrics actually, something like that. And you can see this is what it looks like when it's not tucked in. This one was actually one of my earlier variations. So this only has 4 buttons down the front, and then this is the V-neck variation, and you've also got the sleeve that is full length, but it has elastic around the edges. So it's really nice and comfortable, and it just looks really nice on. So this is the front. The side looks like this. You've also got a side buster over here, and then the back looks like that. So it's just nice and comfortable to wear. It's not too tight or too form-fitting, but it's not too baggy as well. I feel like it's a perfect blend of loose but comfy. Honestly, I just really love this one because it just feels so nice on. The fabric is really comfortable, and I can imagine wearing this in all seasons. Like even in winter, you can wear this top just with a jumper thrown over it if you're a bit cold. I just know I'm gonna get so much wear out of this blouse. So let me show you this one first. So this is a variation with the scalloped neckline, and I sewed it in a double gauze fabric. It is honestly so cozy and soft. This is what it looks like on me, and honestly, this might be my favorite one. I think it's because the fabric just works so perfectly for this pattern, and also the scallop neckline detail. So you can see here, this has got the 3/4 length sleeves with the elastic at the bottom, and then we've got buttons down the front, again the side bust dart, and then the back looks like that. So for the neckline, when you're sewing the scalloping detail, if I give you a bit of a close-up, so there you can see that scallop neckline detail, and you do that basically all around the entire neckline, and it's a really fun detail that you can sew on your sewing machine with the scallop stitch. And I show you exactly how to, in the instructions, cut around your stitch so it looks really nice from the inside and the outside. So the inside is finished with a facing. If I just show you, if I just turn that out, you can see there's a facing on the inside, and the neckline, the right side, looks like that. Naturally, you will definitely get some fraying along this stitch. I like to use fray check on the end, even clear nail varnish as well. But I think it just makes such a fun detail where you can sew, and it makes it feel really stylish and fun. As you can see, the back is just nice and simple as well. It really depends what fabric you use on this blouse, because if you use something with a bit more drape, it will be more fluid when you're wearing it, whereas something a bit more with a bit more structure like cotton, I mean, this still has a nice amount of drape, but you can see it's it's a bit more sturdier and structured when there's more fullness in the sleeve, whereas here it feels a bit more floaty on the sleeve. So I also sewed this variation right here, and I absolutely love this one. If I just come out of it, you can see how cute this is. So this one is actually made out of a linen viscose, but it's a bit more structured like linen than the viscose. You can see here I've got the round neckline variation at the front, and the sleeves have a really nice puff detail, but it's not too exaggerated. I purposely made this pattern not to have too much volume at the sleeves because I personally like to wear jumpers and things over my top, so I didn't want it to kind of be poofing out when you're wearing something over it. So you can see here it's got a nice amount of puffness, but it's not too much at that area. And then we've got the short sleeve variation here and the elastic casing with the frill, and honestly it is just so gorgeous. So it might be hard to see on this fabric, but we've got the side bust dart over there, and then if I turn it around you can see the back looks like that. Nice and simple, but it just makes such a nice blouse. Let me turn one inside out. I'm not gonna lie, this one I spent so long making because I wanted it to be really perfect. So I've just turned this one inside out and I put it back on the hanger. You can see it looks so neat and professional from the inside. So down here at the front you can see we've got the facing detail that's neatly sewn all the way down with the buttonholes as well. So that's the front facing, and then if I go back here you can see the back facing as well. The sleeves are really nicely finished on the inside, and so is the hem as well. Honestly, it just looks really nice from the inside and the out, and I just know you're gonna love this pattern because I've already made like probably 10 versions of this. So I just wanted to show you the inside of the frills. This is the wrong side facing out, and you can see just how neatly that is sewn. You can see it's got the elastic down here, and then you've got the frill detail at the top. If you've never sewn details like this, don't worry, I literally go through it step by step in the instructions. But I honestly just love this blouse. So the last one I wanted to show you is this one right here, and I absolutely love this one. So it's in a viscose fabric, it's got a lot of fluidity and drape, and this is the long sleeve variation with the frill at the bottom, and then I've got the V neckline and obviously the button front down the front. I absolutely love this one. So I used a really nice stripy fabric, and the way this moves and feels on the skin is insane. But oh, I love this one. So this is the front and it looks like that. And then again, turn it around, it looks like that. The insides look exactly the same as the other ones that I've shown you. Again, you can see the facing over there as well when you look at it from the inside. Honestly, I just never found a blouse that really felt like me. When I looked at other patterns out there, or even just going into high street shops and trying them on, there was always something that I didn't like the fit of. So I thought, why not just create the perfect blouse pattern that I would want to wear? And that's exactly what I've done. And I just know you're going to love this because my pattern testers have been raving about this. I have really loved the process of creating this sewing pattern, and my testers absolutely adore this. There's lots of different neckline and sleeve variations for you to play with as well, so you can really customize it and sew the blouse that you want to wear. So you can find the sewing pattern on my website. I've left a link down below, and I can't wait to see your versions. It launched on Tuesday, and honestly it's been so well received. It's been so nice hearing your DMs at how much you love the look of this blouse, so I'm so excited it's finally here for you to sew. If you are a complete beginner, don't worry, I have a whole YouTube video that shows you step by step how to sew this blouse. So if you are a visual learner, I have created that specifically for you because I personally learn best when I can see things visually, sometimes over written or illustrated instructions. I would say it's actually a really straightforward make. I personally can sew this in about 3 to 4 hours from start to finish, and it depends if you're sewing the scallop neckline. Sometimes you do want to take your time when you are cutting close around the scallops to make sure you don't cut into the stitches. That might add an extra half an hour, but in general you can definitely sew this up in a cozy afternoon and wear it that evening. The feedback from the testers have been so overwhelmingly positive. Honestly, it feels like such a dream come true to work on something and see it come to life. And even the photography this time, I worked with a really lovely photographer that helped me bring this vision exactly how I planned, and I'm just so happy this pattern is finally here for you to sew. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think of my latest sewing pattern, and I'll see you in the next one.